Okay, I'm going to reiterate what I said. Shh, 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 I'm talking. Don't talk.
Sir, yes, sir.
I'm going to reiterate what I said. The PowerPoint is in the drop folder for you guys. If you can't get it yourself, have a buddy get it for you. Cool?
Cool.
Makes sense.
I don't have any friends.
Awesome. All right. So, like last time. Oh. Or I can email it to you. Okay, like last time, everyone that has a star in the top left corner means it's important. I'm going to pull stuff from that. So we're going to cover the ones with the gold, red star on it. I don't know what that means. Okay. Parenchyma. It's the most abundant tissue in plants. That's a key point. Not a key point. It is, but mostly what I want you to know is it's the most abundant tissue in plants. Yes. And it is the main plant tissue for photosynthesis. Those are the two things I care about in here. Photosynthesis and most abundant tissue. Mostly found in the leaves and stems. So just remember that.
Yes.
Cool. Does everybody understand parenchyma or parenchyma? Depends who you talk to. I like parenchyma. Mr. McKinney prefers parenchyma. Collenchyma or collenchyma. Key point is it just aids in, goodness. It's the main tissue that repairs cells. It's a cellular repair, collenchyma. Another thing is, no. So I would.
And what is it? No, what is it? The Taliban, the women that are in there, have no rights. They cannot.
Did you know that Muslims? Not all Muslims are terrorists.
If you don't put your feet on the floor, we're gonna have a problem.
It's good that we're learning.
I
honestly got didn't know that either.
I thought all Muslims
Really?
were terrorists.
Well,
No.
I thought the majority of Muslims were terrorists.
No, like 99% are not.
1 billion of them are normal, and then 20 million of them are terrorists.
Just wait till you hear what the Christians did in like the 1400s.
Tell me right
Tell
now.
me right now.
No, have your history teacher do it.
Tell
Okay.
me right now.
Pretty sure we already know.
All right, let's learn about plants.
What they do?
They killed all the black people, didn't they?
Okay, so it aids in cellular repair.
They killed the Jews.
Another key thing that I might talk about is cells can stretch without breaking. They're able to bend without bursting, so their cell wall is quite flexible.
Yeah, so
I don't need an echo. Is everybody good with that? There's quite a few things to cover, so I'm kind of flying through this. Sclerenchyma, or sclerenchyma, is the tough tissue. This is structural tissue in woody plants. It's what you think of when you think of wood. It's sclerenchyma. It lacks cytoplasm and other organelles needed for regular cellular function. So it's not a regularly functioning cell. It's more of like fossilized, but it's still living, so don't say fossilized. What's up?
What's the function of the cuticle in plants?
We'll talk about that in a bit. Found in veins of leaves and bundles of roots, and it's the hard coating on seedlings. I don't know if I'll use that, but tough tissue, wood, yeah, sclerenchyma. I'm guessing I'll have a multiple choice question saying what type of tissue makes up wood, mainly makes up wood.
Collenchyma.
And you would say collenchyma, and you would fail.
you should say sclerenchyma.
Talk about dermal tissue.
No quiz, please.
And I would, epidermis, epidermis means, epi means on the, dermis means skin. So on the skin. It's the very outside layer of the plant.
What is that? The epidermis is?
Epidermis. Cuticle. I've heard people asking what the heck's a cuticle a couple times today. It's the outer wall of the epidermis. So the epidermis is the outer layer of cells. The cuticle is the outer wall of the epidermis.
It prevents water loss.
Yeah, a different kind of cuticle.
That's a good one. Because are you just like a plant or something?
Yeah, it prevents water loss. It's waxy. Prevents water loss, and it prevents bacteria from coming into the plant.
Mr. Wagner, why are the parenchyma cells more thick than the parenchyma cells?
Stomata. These are the openings mostly found on the underside of leaves. And this allows for plants to exchange gases, for gas exchange. What does it take in? What kind of gas does it take in?
Carbon dioxide.
Yeah, carbon dioxide. You're right.
I said that.
I know, I was spaced out.
Takes in, helium.
What does it release?
Oxygen.
Oxygen.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan.
They're mostly found on the green stems and the underside of leaves. Why would they be found in these areas? This is a great question to ask.
The guard cells?
No, stomata specifically. Why would they be found in the stems and leaves and not the roots?
Brings the water.
No. What do stomatas do?
That's where you can see the sun.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So what does that mean? If you can see the sun, photosynthesis, right?
Yeah.
They're near areas of high photosynthesis. Yeah. And so the guard cells are the actual cells that control the opening and closing of stomata.
Preston, there's not enough room for you.
No, sit by it. Okay, if this becomes a problem, then we'll see. All right. Root hairs.
Yeah, if I goes looking tomorrow morning, we'll be all right.
Is this already a problem?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. So the guard cells control the opening and closing of the stomata. Yeah, they just control it, main key feature. Root hairs, they're extensions of the root epidermal cells. And this allows for the plant to have higher surface area to take in minerals and nutrients from its soil, from the soil. Vascular tissue, specifically the xylem and phloem.
Mr. Wagner, would you consider maple?
Bless you. I forget what they are. I'm not going to ask about them.
They're on here.
Yeah, I know.
Cedarwood?
Softwood, cedar, pine. Here, there you go. For anybody who has their handout out, cedar, pine, and fir, Douglas fir.
Fir?
Douglas fir, F-I-R. Cedar, pine, and Douglas fir are all softwoods.
Douglas.
Fir Douglas.
Douglas.
That's way better.
C-E-D.
Hey, wait, Douglas. Oaks.
No, we got it.
Douglas fir.
You should look up what's the difference between the apical and stem.
I'm naming my kid.
It's one of your vocab words. You look it up.
Doug.
Okay, are we good? Everybody got all the softwoods? Okay. Cedar, pine, and Douglas fir. Douglas, F-I-R. Xylem. It transports water and nutrients from the roots to the leaves. What kind of nutrients do you think it would transport?
Water.
Glucose.
We got yelled at.
Not glucose.
Not
Not glucose.
Did we get yelled at for not knowing this yesterday?
It would take in like nitrogen from the soil, like potassium, that kind of stuff. Those kinds of nutrients. Whereas the phloem would do what?
Transports nutrients from the leaves to the roots.
Well, he's asking what nutrients.
Yes. Yeah. What? Yeah. You're right. What kind of nutrients?
Water.
Sugar. Yep.
Stupid. How do they get sugar?
Should I not say that?
Or we're talking about phloem, not xylem. No. You're talking about xylem. Phloem. Yeah. And so what happens in the leaves? Why would it?
Photosynthesis.
Yeah. What does photosynthesis make?
They're making stuff.
What does photosynthesis make? Sugar.
Oxygen.
Sugar.
It also makes oxygen.
So in the yes, it does. It's a byproduct actually. I'll probably have you know the equation for photosynthesis. It's easy.
Water plus sunlight equals oxygen. It's like H2O.
H2O plus CO2 is...
Yeah.
You can say H2O.
Yeah.
Stop.
No, OH.
Who did that? Which one of you? Criminals. No. Wouldn't like you to do a lot of nice.
No.
Joke.
All right. I would know that. I might put it backwards
Can we please not have this written down?
because the backwards excluding sunlight. Like if I got rid of sunlight, if I reversed it, that's what animals do.
Mr. Wagner, can we do one of those things where it's like,
Am I supposed to write
if I get a
Yeah.
1,000 likes on TikTok, I don't have to do the exam?
No, you have to take it twice then.
What?
If you get 1,000 likes on
If
it,
it's
take
like
it.
double the
What if
grade?
it's a TikTok teaching people about photosynthesis and the equation?
What?
What if it's a TikTok about me teaching people about the equation for photosynthesis?
That would be.
And I got
Nuts.
1,000 likes.
If you can do that by tomorrow, that's good. Deal. If you can get 5,000 likes of you teaching that to students by class time tomorrow.
All right, guys, we're doing a $10 giveaway. That nobody has to take it?
No, I'll give you everybody like 20 bonus points.
I think so.
I don't have that much power, all right? I've got a little bit of power, but I don't have that much power.
What website? So,
Okay,
you can buy likes on TikTok.
quiet. Shh. I'll look at your comment to like ratio.
Who are you talking
Alright, guys, so
Okay, let's continue on. We're keep on lollygagging.
to? We gotta get Jesse's account.
So what's xylem? What does xylem do? Yeah, but what specific?
the transports.
What?
Transports.
Transports.
Nutrients.
Why does it bring up nutrients?
Because you need nutrients to grow.
Yeah, you need nutrients to grow from the soil. Brings it from the soil to the leaves.
Yeah,
That'd be so cool if I went to
What does phloem do?
transports.
Flows.
Transports what?
Water.
transport sugar to the roots.
Transports sugar to the roots. Why?
Because the roots need water.
Photosynthesis in the leaves.
Nutrients to grow.
Storage. Yep.
Wait, what is xylem again?
It transports nutrients because you need nutrients to grow.
Yep. So it brings up like potassium, sodium.
Does the one only
That kind
go
of stuff.
one way, the other one goes both
Yep.
ways?
Yeah. So
That's the flow.
look in there. Phloem goes both ways. But mainly think of it going down more than going up.
Oh, where do they get xylem from? Do they build it in their root?
What?
Xylem?
Plants build. I don't know.
I outdubbed the teacher.
Okay. Mainly know apical meristem and lateral meristem. Apical meristem means growth at the tips, so the roots and the stems. So at the very tip of the roots and the very bottoms of the stems, so tops of the stems. And then lateral meristem means growth in diameter, so making it go from small
Laterally.
to big. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I thought you were listening to Kenny. How? Idiot.
What's that?
You're pretty bald now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What'd you say?
Go to your seat, little boy.
Yeah, I'm getting annoyed too. Last chance.
I haven't said anything. I'm paying attention. I'm really good at
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, but you're distracting.
I'm not trying to be distracted.
Yeah, you're distracting me.
See, if I was in here by myself doing the same exact thing, I'd be this time.
No.
This clipper here says it was made in China.
Yeah, that's crazy. But it's also.
We good with this slide?
I'll write this down.
Wire, bro.
With your mouth closed. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about these knuckleheads.
Knuckleheads.
Especially some that was inappropriate.
Do we need photosynthesis now?
Are you done with this slide? Yeah. Okay. Root types.
No, Mrs. Wagner.
No, I'm not going back. I was talking to her. I'm not going back.
Oh, I don't matter. Wow. You
No, it's because
really
you
haven't helped me out.
were lollygagging
I've
around.
been trying to learn and you're not even trying to teach me.
Okay, taproot.
Yeah, look at this, bro.
So it's like the biggest. Guys, shh. Taproot. It's the largest root. Think of a carrot or a radish, or in this case, a turnip.
Stop.
Just a large storage device
So one's a
for.
weed, one's a vegetable?
What? No.
One's a weed and one's a vegetable?
No, one could have. This could be wheat. Wheat is a fibrous root.
Is that what grass looks like?
Yes. Yep. Corn, fibrous roots.
All right, Wyatt.
No, he does that.
Just
You
ignore
can't say
it.
that to me ever again, Anissa.
All right, go back to your own seats. You guys are
I
too
sat up
chatty.
here to be able to concentrate.
I sat over
didn't know
there.
you
No,
were-
I go back to your own seats.
Why? I concentrate more than front.
Do you?
I swear.
Apparently not.
Well, when he's gone, I do.
All right, since you were here first, you can stay.
Yeah.
See, Jen's long gone, nowhere to be found.
You guys don't want cars from here?
I don't know what you're doing.
Fibrous roots. Wheat, rice. It just looks like this. I don't know.
Oh, well, you kind of just look like that.
It's advantageous because of rapid water storage. Key point, rapid water storage for fibrous roots. Why would it have rapid water storage?
Because there's a lot
Because there's
of
more roots to go out more.
Yep. You're getting it right. Surface area is what I was looking for specifically, but yeah,
You interrupted me.
surface area.
See, that's the mentality right there.
Preston, what are we doing?
Never mind, I take it back.
He's like, I want to be a true woman.
Surface area. Okay. We didn't talk about modified roots, so we'll skip that. Root structures. The root cap. It's a protective covering for the root tip. Simple enough. And it produces a substance that allows roots to push through the soil easier.
That's crazy.
When it says describe the difference between fibrous root system and tap roots, I said the roots grow out more in one and the other doesn't have as much roots.
Sure. I would say the taproot is better for storage of sugars, and the fibrous root is actually better for upkeep of water.
Does that mean that carrots have a lot of sugars?
Yeah. Yeah. When I say sugar, it's kind of like a sugar because it's actually more like think of a potato as a storage device.
Like there's
It's actually a
maltose.
starch. So it's a large chain of sugars. If you ever take organic chemistry, that's when you'd understand the difference between sugars.
Starch is good for cooking.
And then root hairs, again, we've talked about this. They're extensions of epidermal cells, increases surface area for water absorption and nutrient absorption.
How was your day?
That was good.
Do you, as you get
As you get older,
I
is it like you know?
do I use? No, I'm reading off this PowerPoint like a noob, but usually, like if I were to have plants aren't my expertise, but if it were something else, talk about. Yeah, yeah. I mean.
Oh no, Mr. Wagner loves plants.
He looks like he loves plants.
Let's talk about stem structures.
Let's talk about stem.
Let's talk about more plants.
The node, it's the point of attachment for a leaf. You guys already know this. I know you do.
Yeah. This is the one that I
Let's
actually.
talk about leaves.
Let's talk about leaves.
I'd rather learn about bacteria.
Yeah, me too.
What is your favorite type of science to learn about?
Ooh, good question.
Like earth science, physical science?
Life science, definitely. So like biology.
I really like earth
So
science.
plants?
I like volcanoes.
Earth, that's cool.
Real life plants.
Yeah, they're fine. I just don't know that much about them. I only had one botany class, but the rest was like animals and bacteria, like microbiology. Internode, in between. The distant inter, in between. The inter means in between, node, in between the nodes. Internode. So it's a segment of stem in between the nodes. And then the bud is a up-and-coming leaf or flower. So it's like a baby leaf or flower. I think Mr. Williamson is a better plant guy than I am. Sounds like when I'm walking by. Does he?
He's more of a cow type guy.
That makes sense.
He did pretty good at teaching us full hours.
He doesn't really know what he's teaching until after he's taught it.
Let's go ask Mr. Williamson what a node is, and I bet he'll have no clue.
Maybe.
Is that on a cow?
Okay,
Oh, yeah, it's a field we use for
moving on. That's it. That's all I have for that.
We're not for that.
Nope. Let's go over your handout. If I can find mine.
Don asked him if he was okay.
I'm going to pause this just for a second. Move on. Get out your handout if you want the answers.
Oh, we want the answers.
Yep.
So my ears are peeled.
I'll make sure to close one ear so I can keep the information in my head.
Okay, we got them out. What is the function of the cuticle in plants?
I know.
Hit me with it.
Outer wall of cells.
It's the outer wall of cells. What's the function of it? Protects against bacteria, and it prevents water loss. I know you said that.
Question, what was that grunt for? It kind of scared me there.
Ooh, I just found a new way to spell bacteria.
You want to join us in the weight room after school?
How?
BALTREKA.
You get a free time.
Bacteria.
After I got
Bill.
it was back, and then Sadie was driving, so then I wanted to
No. Dude,
Why are the collenchyma cells in plants thicker than parenchyma cells?
Provide support to the plant.
Yeah, to provide support for the plant. Because they're oft, parenchyma cells, this is more of a exception than a rule, well, I don't know. But parenchyma cells, they're more, they need assistance from other types of cells, whereas collenchyma can stand alone.
Chicken quesadilla today.
Yeah, I know, that's from yesterday.
Praise the Lord.
Okay,
Quesadilla.
describe the difference between fibrous and root systems. I already answered that.
Fibers grow out
What is
more and is better for upkeeping water, and taproots are larger and better for storage.
There you go.
Wait, what do you say?
Fibrous roots are better for water and nutrient upkeep or uptake, and tap roots are better for storage. So, if in a drier environment, what kind of root system would they have?
Taproot.
No.
Yeah, because
The
they
other one.
store.
The other one.
Yeah, that's a good
It's the
point.
other one. That's why
Fibrous. So
that's why-
they can reach, they have better, if it rains, then they can suck up all the water before it soaks into the grass,
Suck it out.
into the gravel. That's why, think of the dirty 30s, right? You heard of the dirty 30s? The reason it happened is because a lot of people were wheat farmers, and this isn't the only reason. They didn't switch up their soil, so that wheat would just suck up all the moisture from the soil. I might be kind of making stuff up, but it was a component of it. Another thing is they didn't rotate, and the way they tilled was very.
The same land and
Yeah.
made more dust.
Yep. They kept on ruining the topsoil. So there's several reasons, but one reason was because wheat takes up a lot of water because it's a fibrous root system. 3 softwoods in class.
Cedar, pine, fir.
Cedar, Douglas, fir, and
Yep, cedar, pine, and fir.
How do you spell all of them?
C-E-D-A-R. Pine. I'm not going to do that for you.
I-N-E.
F-I-R.
And then fir is fine. F-I-R-E. Or no, F-I-R.
Douglas.
Don't forget the Douglas.
What's their advantage? Rapid growth. So because they're softwoods, I don't know if you guys ever heard of this, but when they used to make houses 100 years ago, they'd use hardwoods, also called old growth. So these trees took a lot longer to grow. Okay, let's talk about if I draw, so this is a tree, right? And it's got,
More rain.
That's a terrible tree.
right? It's like this. Tree. What are these called? Annular rings. Yep. So it's got annular rings, right?
So each ring determines 1 year.
Yeah. And so in a cedar, it might look like this. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4 years old, right? In
Who's chopping down a tree that's 4
an oak tree, I don't know. I'm just making stuff up. In an oak tree, it's going to look like this after 4 years. And the reason it's called a hardwood is because these lines are much closer together. They're much more compact, slower growing. So the advantage of a softwood tree is they're faster growing. And nowadays, most of the lumber that you build with is softwood because they can plant it and in 20 years they come back and harvest it for construction. Whereas old growth takes 60 years, or hardwoods. So that's why.
You know, when I was in Florida, I was on like this thing, and I saw a house that was made out of the hardest wood. Like they found it way back long ago, and they built houses out of it, and they took up all the wood in like a couple of years.
That's awesome. Yeah, probably what I was kind of talking about, the hardwood. Yeah.
It's super hard.
Interesting. What's the difference between apical meristem and lateral meristem?
Lateral meristem grows laterally.
Yeah, but does it shoot out stems like this?
Apicals, areas of growth at the tip, stems, and
Yeah, apicals tips top and bottom. Yep, so at the top of the stem and the bottom of the root. At the points. Diameter. Diameter is the key word for that. Oh, phone? Yeah, right there.
growth and diameter.
Diameter. Growth and diameter of the stem and root.
That's crazy, Mr. Wagner. That's crazy.
It is. It truly is.
It's truly crazy how roots grow from plants.
How growth?
Amen.
Okay, next question. What is the function of the guard cells in the stomata in reference to the climate a particular plant is located? So think about what are the guard cells doing?
They're guarding the wood.
Making the bar.
Not bark. What you're
Control the opening and closing of
the plant, but what structure specifically? No, stomata.
Bye-bye.
Stomata. Know that.
They protect the stomata.
Write that, tattoo that on your arm. Don't do that. I take that back. If you come back with a tattoo, I'd be extremely upset. Don't do that.
What should I write down?
What? So, we're getting there. The guard cells, they control the stomata's opening and closing, right?
Oh my god!
So if it was a dry climate or a windy day, do you think the guard cells would keep the stomatas open for a long time or a short time? In relativity. A short time. But if you were in a rainforest, long time. Why would like in perfect conditions, would the guard cells like to be open or closed? Open, yeah. Why?
Hate it. Look forward and shut up.
More like gas. They get more CO2 and they can release more oxygen, right? So, what is the function of guard cells in stomata in reference to the climate a particular plant is located? Depending on the weather, they keep the plant stomata open longer or shorter. Longer if possible.
What else do I write down other than they protect the stomata?
Well, that's not what they
What I just said, like in drier climates, they would shut it faster.
Okay.
They'd keep it closed
They help
longer.
preserve water.
Water. They help from water loss. But the reason, what was I going to say about that? Oh, a very good question I was thinking of as I was talking is, in what climate would guard cells like to be open the longest, or like to keep the stomata open the longest? So, and I'd give you daytime in the Sonora Desert. Sonora.
Sahara?
Do you think that the
Sonora.
levels are higher in...
It's in New Mexico.
Why not the Sahara?
I promise.
Hey,
Because there's no plants there.
levels are higher in Brazil?
What?
Do you think that the oxygen levels are higher in Brazil?
Did you know Iowa produces more oxygen, well, the Midwest, I should say, produces more oxygen in the summer than the rainforest does during that same period of time? It's because of the corn. It's way better at producing oxygen than
Then why are we growing trees than corn?
because it. Okay, stop talking. Let's finish it out.
Why not make houses out of corn?
What's the problem with apple seeds?
They're sealed inside.
Different genetics.
Yeah, each seed can have a different set of genetics.
I wrote they don't make trees like the apple they come.
Yeah. Get off the chair. Sit down on your butt. No, you're right. He is right. They produce a different tree than their mother tree because the genetics are different. Three examples of hardwoods. Oak. Not pine.
Ash.
Oak, not cedar. Ash, yep, that's one.
I'm done. I was going to say ash.
It's another one.
Pine.
Not pine.
Spruce.
Softwood, not spruce.
That's what he said. Wait, I see there hardwood.
No,
What?
it's a softwood.
Cedar's a softwood.
Maple.
Maple, probably. We'll go with maple. Ash, maple, and oak.
I'm him.
What?
What if the maple tree is a softwood?
It's not, Preston.
It's not. I'm almost certain it's not. You could go with, well, I don't know.
Oh, I'm.
Walnut. Walnut, that's the one. Get rid of maple and go walnut. That's a really tough one. What's characteristic of their growth?
Takes longer to grow.
It takes longer to grow. Yeah, slow growth. Produces tighter ring patterns. What? Walnut. Walnut? What?
Oh, it's walnut, not
Oh, like
Walnuts.
8. Okay. What are 3 examples of hardwoods we discussed in plants? 3 examples of hardwoods would be walnut, ash, yeah, ash and oak. I forgot already. Ash and oak. Walnut, ash, and oak. Characteristic of their growth, they're slower growing, so their annular rings are tighter. Therefore, the wood would be tougher.
Eat Fireball. And get money.
Throwback? Throw it.
That's what you're trying.
Okay, next one. There are many more apples than what we would consider as popular There are many more apples than what we consider as popular apples, like the Macintosh. Why is this the case?
Because we only eat the good ones.
What?
Because we only reproduce the good ones.
No, there's more. There is more than the Macintosh.
We only eat the good ones. They only sell us the good ones.
Because we had to like genetically
Because
modify.
people really like diffuse, so they only made.
And genetically modify the Macintosh.
The reason
It's because it's sweet.
The reason there's more varieties of apples than just the Macintosh, like if we like the Macintosh the best, the reason there's more is because we need genetic diversity in case an infection comes along. So if a bacteria, a bug, whatever, came along and infected a apple grove, then it would be beneficial to the farmer that he'd have more than one kind of apple. So maybe he wouldn't have Macintosh for the next season, but he'd have the green ones, or
In case of
Fiji. There you go. Granny apple. So that's why. Genetic diversity.
It's the granny apple.
Okay, I'm not going to answer the next one.
I think we got that.
You guys can figure that one
I
out.
wrote for getting nutrients, is that right?
The leaves are used for photosynthesis, and the roots are used for storage and uptake. Okay. I am going to say a bunch of vocab terms that I think that I may use outside of vocab
What are leaves again?
tomorrow.
What do leaves do?
Being awfully cryptic here, Mr. Wagner.
So I'm going to say these, and I'll probably use it. They're very common. I'm not going to throw out. I'm not going to use cork cambium for something other than a vocab question.
Mr. Wagner, can I go ready to lift?
I'm still talking. So, okay, I would write these down or mark them if you have them somewhere. These ones
Dude, that'd be so much cooler if I have 100 months.
would be used outside of vocab. So, ready?
Yes.
I'm ready. Promotion.
Well, let me write this down.
Yeah, for the exam. Like I talk about these in the exam. And it's recorded, so it's at the very end of the recording. I'll talk about them. Just look it up. So, root hair, node, cuticle,
Can't find any of these.
taproot, internode, lateral meristem, apical meristem. You already know that those are not being used.
Bad now, you're tissue to your huh?
And then epidermis. That's one. And then the second, I would use guard cells. What's that? Just look up the video. I forget. Guard cells. Here's a big one, transpiration. Know what transpiration means?
No translocation?
Know the difference between sapwood and heartwood? A sink and a source? What's a sink and a source?
Sink is sugar is delivered what? Photo surge.
What's a vein? What's bark? What's an annual ring? And what's wood and what's a bud? So those are the things that I made. See, most of them are common things that you're like, I know what wood is.
Yeah.
I know what bark
I know
is.
what bud is.
I know what a bud is.
What are like the word questions gonna be on here?
What?
What are like the word questions gonna be on here? Like, wait, what are the questions gonna be about? Like,
Oh, essay questions?
yeah.
I might have one essay
What's
question.
it gonna be about?
Describe the differences between collenchyma, parenchyma, and sclerenchyma. Maybe. I don't know. Probably. You did it.
It's true, I wanted to do with Brandon.
All right, here's your bonus questions. In the Civil War, blank was known for his tactic known as total war in his march to the sea. Number 2, in Star Wars, blank proceeded Darth Vader as Emperor Palpatine's apprentice. And then put your name, or your parent's name, or teacher. All right, good luck.